Ask him what kind of spirit this is. It smells like rum.
Today.
¿Qué es esto?
No, this is French brandy.
Brandy?
Brandy?
Yeah.
A Dominican traveler is displaying more than just a refined taste for French spirits.
The passenger was displaying extreme nervous behavior. He was shaking, he was stuttering, he was all over the place.
Ask him what he's doing with all these
¿Y con
bottles.
esa botella qué va a hacer con esa botella? He's gonna, as a gift, he's gonna give them away.
Of interest to us was the fact that he had very meager belongings and 6 brand new bottles of a French spirit. It says sparkling. It's not. Every time we see a high volume of a liquefied product from a drug country, we want to make sure that it's not liquefied narcotics.
The officers are concerned suspicious brandy isn't the only concoction this traveler's serving up.
Well, his general declaration has an address in Brooklyn, but he states he's going to Ohio.
Come on, we'll take him to the back.
We're taking the passenger inside to another room, private room, to search over his clothing, just to make sure he has nothing concealed.
At O'Hare International Airport in Chicago,
Come this way, buddy, come on.
outbound travelers are receiving a 4-legged send-off from Customs and Border Protection.
Just keep walking, please.
And Yorka the canine is a top dog in the operation.
Yorka finds money, large amounts usually, and guns. Are you wearing a money belt
Nope.
or anything?
When they board the plane, the canine essentially sniffs them to see if they have the scent of a lot of currency.
Travelers may depart with as much money as they require, but they must declare it if it's $10,000 or more.
How much money do you have?
The people who are honest come to our office and declare the money. The people who are taking the money out for drugs or terrorism are gonna lie to us, and we seize the money. Passport, please.
Yorka sniffs out a traveler bound for Eastern Europe.
Are you traveling with anyone else?
No. Come this way, sir. How much cash money do you have on you right now?
16,000.
16,000? Did you fill out a declaration form?
But I didn't know about it.
You didn't know about it? Come over here. Step over here. All right, so you're saying you're bringing $16,000?
17.
17,000, all right. $17,000 is quite a bit of money. The first question is, how did you get that amount of currency? What were you doing here in the United States?
At the Detroit-Windsor Tunnel in Michigan,
It's like they got bird seeds all over the car.
a seedy vehicle from Canada has been referred to secondary inspection.
Well, they pulled me over and they asked me to go inside the room.
And this isn't the first time.
So he got refused last week for having a lot of debris in his vehicle.
Agricultural debris like hay and birdseed may pose a threat to the U.S. ecosystem.
The guy said he owns a landscaping company, so they told him to go back to Canada and clean out his car. And I don't know how bad it looked last week when they refused him, but it still doesn't look very good. Back here, you can see it all over the car. Right here inside the door, on the floor.
I'm coming to Detroit to take a flight to Kansas City to watch the baseball game tonight between Kansas City and Toronto, Game 6.
So are you a big Kansas City fan or what?
No, I'm from Toronto.
Toronto. So you're a big Toronto fan. I mean, you have your tickets for the game already too?
Sometimes they have. My cousin's a detective.
How much money are you carrying?
His first day as a detective, caught a murder case.
What time's your flight?
4:15.
All right, so here's the deal. When they refused you, they told you to clean out your car, right? Your car is still a mess. There's a bunch of seeds in there.
That might be some hay left over from my rabbit. I have a pet rabbit that I can show you. But I vacuumed it out this morning.
You vacuum that? You know that you're not supposed to be bringing any of that stuff in. Your car should be clean.
I know. I tried, sir. I vacuumed like crazy this morning. Some of it's hard to get off.
I understand it's tough to get out, right? But I could technically refuse you right now because it looks like you really didn't do that good of a job.
Millions of Americans spend their holidays north of the border.
Purpose of your trip to Canada?
Where'd you go?
And Customs and Border Protection officers want to know what they're bringing back.
Any parcels?
No food items?
At the Pacific Highway border crossing in northern Washington state.
Any alcohol in the vehicle right now? Any narcotics or drugs of any type?
3 Americans returning from a Canadian ski trip have been referred to secondary inspection.
So I sent them in for possibly being marijuana tourists, trying to see what they're doing out this area. Do we have, what do we got, Minnesota plates?
I'm from Minnesota initially, but I go to school right now.
All right, so you're just in school? That's why you're living over here? All right, that's cool. Who owns the vehicle?
My father, technically.
So when was the last time there was any form of narcotic in that vehicle? Never been marijuana in the vehicle? The dog's not gonna smell anything? No. Anything I should be concerned about? Go take a seat, guys. I found a driver's license that doesn't appear to match the girl. Doesn't feel right, doesn't look right, and it's got her a couple years older, put her over 21. I'm gonna go confront her, find out why she has it, and what's actually happening with it.
In Detroit, a Toronto Blue Jays fan is desperate to get to the big game.
I'm coming to Detroit to take a flight to Kansas City to watch Kansas City and Toronto, Game 6.
But the state of his vehicle is planting seeds of doubt in his field of dreams.
It's like they got bird seeds all over the car.
Your car is still a mess. I could technically refuse you right now because it looks like you really didn't do that good of a job. Your car must have looked pretty bad last time.
One bad seed is all it takes to wreak havoc on U.S. crops. So the officer checks with agricultural specialists.
So I got a guy here, they refused him 2 weeks ago because he just had a lot of stuff in his car. I just wanted to call you guys and touch base.
Instead of watching a home run, this traveler may be sent on a run home.
All right, man, so just like I told you earlier, I could kick you back to Canada, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna let you go to the game, okay? But next time you come through, you're gonna have to get sent inside again, all right? And that car better be a lot cleaner than it is right now, all right?
Well, they have to do their job, so I can't argue with it. You know, it's their job. Everything's fine. I'm just got to catch a flight now. Got to go to Kansas City.
Back in Chicago,
You bring $16,000?
17.
Yorker, the detector dog, led officers to an outbound passenger's stash of cash.
Did you fill out a declaration form?
But I didn't know about it.
It's a law that anything 10,000 and over needs to be declared.
Officers want to make sure the cash is not proceeds of crime.
What were you doing here in the United States?
Working.
How long were you here for?
8 months.
All right, just put it right up here. That's all the money there?
No, I have, I think, 600 hidden in my wallet.
We did a baggage exam and counted it to verify it. It was indeed $17,000. So what you have is $17,713, okay? It's okay. You were close.
The traveler did the right thing by declaring his cash when the officer approached him.
If it's in the ballpark and if I believe that it was a pretty good estimate of what he was bringing, then we let it go. You are all set to go, okay? Take it.
He was honest and he was on his way.
Take it easy, all right?
Yorker was on the money,
Good girl.
proving that when it comes to undeclared cash, the bucks stop here. In New York City,
This is French Brandy.
Brandy?
Yeah.
officers question a nervous Dominican bound for Ohio with 6 bottles of brandy and not much else.
We want to make sure that it's not, in fact, liquefied narcotics.
While the traveler is taken for a frisk, officers run tests on the suspicious spirit.
We're pretty certain that it does not contain liquefied narcotics.
The frisk is also negative, but his travel plans aren't down pat.
He has barely no money on him.
He told me he had about $50. I told him he had 17. He said, okay, no problem. So he's essentially coming to visit his daughter and his brother?
Daughter and son and my brother.
Cincinnati.
In Cincinnati, yeah.
And how long you staying in Brooklyn?
I supposed to have 1 or 2 days here.
1 or 2 days?
Yeah, something like that.
And then you're going to Cincinnati
Exactly.
on a Chinatown bus?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have much money with you?
No.
How do you plan on supporting yourself? You gotta take taxis, you gotta eat.
No, one friend comes from me for bring me to the China bus, and I have my ticket paid.
It's already paid, the Chinatown bus.
Yeah.
For what day? What time?
So today,
To go where?
Cincinnati.
To Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But I thought you're staying here for 2 or 3 days.
Exactly.
But I thought you said your ticket for the bus was purchased already. It was purchased already.
Yeah.
It was all over the place. You're very nervous.
If you don't do now, you don't have to get nervous.
JFK receives more international flights than any other American airport,
Bravo 16078.
which makes it a popular destination for smugglers hoping to fly under the radar.
They put narcotics in any way possible, anything that you could think about. Containers, in food items, in alcohol bottles, in between clothing, inside of clothing.
Today, the anti-terrorism contraband enforcement team is on the tarmac, overseeing suitcases and cargo arriving from around the world.
It smells like dill. You can actually smell it through the plastic bag. I guess they just want a little taste of home.
What we're looking for was any type of narcotics, weapons of mass effect, mass destruction, anything that could be used to harm the homeland.
Sometimes I'll try to disguise, drugs inside something wooden like this. So a very thin layer of wood, probe it a little bit, and then you reveal like a nice little surprise inside. But you don't see that here. Okay, we got a nice little package. Oh, okay, medicine. A lot of times people bring in prescription medication from their home country because it's cheaper over there.
But what is legal in one country may not be legal in the US.
Okay, some kind of painkiller. Ibuprofen, so open this up and see what we got. It's just a tablet. And more often than not, it's innocent, but you're not going to know unless you check it.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the tarmac, members of the team examine suspicious cargo arriving from Africa.
What do you got?
Shipment coming in from Tanzania, going up to Broadway.
Okay. We've had previous shipments from that country that have had contraband, narcotics and such. This is all together?
2 separate shipments, but yeah, same address. It's manifested as henna leaves, and that's not henna leaves.
At the Pacific Highway border crossing in northern Washington state.
So when was the last time there was any form of narcotic in that vehicle?
A routine inspection of 3 American skiers finds one of them on a slippery slope.
I found a driver's license. Doesn't feel right, doesn't look right, and it's got her a couple years older, put her over 21. You have a purse with you?
No.
So what's up with this?
Is that? Okay, that's fake.
No, yeah, obviously it's fake. It's only in bed. Why do you have this?
Because I got it before. I got it as a novelty.
You're not trying to cross the border with this? You're not trying to do anything illicit?
No.
Attempting to cross the border with a fake ID can mean a fine or even jail time.
All right, so we have 2 options right now. We can call Blaine Police. They can come up and give you a citation, or we can just take this.
Okay.
What do you want? So I'm actually gonna have you destroy it.
I found a fake ID that I had, so I had to go and cut it up at the front or get like a citation, so I decided to cut it up. It's a little better.
All right, don't do it again.
Okay. This is the first time I've been to Canada, lived on the border for like my whole life, and so for this to happen, I'm like, wow, I don't know if I want to come back.
Back in New York City.
But I thought you're staying here for 2 or 3 days.
Exactly.
Officers are still trying to decipher an Ohio-bound Dominican's U.S. holiday plans.
But I thought you said your ticket for the bus was purchased already.
Yeah.
You're very nervous. How long you plan on staying?
I'm gonna stay 10 to 15 days, something like that. If I can take the bus now for Boston, Cincinnati, I take it. But if I cannot, I stay in Brooklyn for 1 or 2 days.
He had $17 in his possession.
Which begs the question of how he's paying for his flight home.
His daughter bought him the ticket, so
His daughter
yes.
brought up the pictures in his phone of the tickets. It said that he was staying here until February. He was telling me that he was only going to stay here a week or two. Supposed to leave February?
No. We have to change it. I cannot stay this time here.
Well, why would the ticket be purchased until February?
She put in.
It costs money. It costs money to change it. You only have $17.
No. I have to change it.
We needed to determine why his ticket said February 18th, but he's only telling us that he's here for a week or two. She paid for your ticket?
Yeah.
And now you're coming here to stay with her in Cincinnati? I need her phone number.
No problem.
Okay.
You wanna give you?
I want you to give me her phone number, yes.
Okay.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Okay.
And somebody has a New York address, but they're saying they're going down to Cincinnati. They say they're staying here for 2 weeks, but their ticket indicates that they're staying longer. Just give her a call. See what she says. We have to find out the reasons behind their story in order to let them go, but to send them back.
At JFK,
What do you got?
It's manifested as henna leaves.
Customs and Border Protection officers rake through a suspicious package from Tanzania.
That's not henna leaves.
It's khat. It's a green leafy substance. You'll see it both wet and dry. This is the dry version of it. It's a hallucinogen, a stimulant.
Khat is legal in parts of Africa and the Middle East, but it's a controlled substance and prohibited in the United States.
Not only is it a drug, it's coming into the country, it's ruining lives. The countries it comes out of, historically, have terrorism ties. So it's bad stuff all around.
It's like it's the same all the way through. You got poor.
Final concern is that you remove any doubt that we might have that there's something in here aside from the khat. It's not uncommon to find heroin, bricks of hash, weapons we've seen in shipments. We did a little research on the shipper history, and they have had multiple shipments. They've all come through the mail. This is the first time we're seeing a specific shipper utilizing the cargo warehouse.
$17.30.
Total on the 2 shipments is $354.86.
That is a nice, significant seizure right there. Anytime you take dope or any type of narcotics or contraband off the street, it's always significant to us. It impacts the bad guys, whether it be terrorism or for his own, use. We've stopped that.
Back at the terminal.
I'm gonna stay 10 to 15 days, something like that.
Why would the ticket be purchased until February?
A Dominican traveler may be on the next flight home if officers can't verify his U.S. travel plans.
He said his daughter bought him the tickets, so we're just gonna call and verify just to make sure. ¿Cuándo está supuestamente llegar? ¿Febrero qué? Gracias.
She verified that she purchased the tickets. She stated that he has a New York address because he has a friend here who lives in New York. And if he's unable to make a Chinatown bus down to Cincinnati, Ohio, he'll be able to stay with his friend at that address until he can catch the bus tomorrow. All right, my man.
Okay, all right.
Everything checked out, and he was good to go.
Tenga su pasaporte, señor. Gracias.
Okay.
I think it's normal. They do their job.
Right at the green door.
Okay, no problem.
They have to check. Have to protect the country and the people. Yeah.